a second ago, you just blew your nose into a tissue, and then I looked away for a second, and then I saw you wiping a tissue across your mouth. Was it the same tissue, or was it a different tissue?
Folded over.
Folded over? Okay. So you're okay with a fold over?
Yeah, man, I'm okay.
Was it brown?
No, this one wasn't brown, but let me just say this. When it's as much snot that I've had coming out of me lately...
It doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah, man, it don't even matter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the new year. That's right, it's your favorite facially blessed individuals aiming to misbehave. That's right, folks. It's the two clean-shaven preachers. Huh?
No. It's 2017, but not everything's changed, Justin. Not everything's changed.
Well, I say that because, listen, there was this article in a very mainstream newspaper just recently declaring that beards are no longer cool.
They're out?
Apparently they are out.
Oh. What newspaper was this?
The Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. Never heard of it.
You never heard of the Wall Street Journal? It's pretty popular. It's pretty popular.
What do they talk about? Like streets and walls and stuff? Is it like
pretty much
architectural or something like that?
It's mainly an architectural, but it has a little bit of like human interest and everything, pieces that it throws in.
And they say beards are out, huh?
Apparently, are you ready for this? There's apparently, and I read a little bit of the article, and then I read a rebuttal of the article. Apparently, the gentleman in question that wrote the article is a 24-year-old millennial. You know,
so he can't grow a beard, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So you just
he's got all patchy and stuff.
He's all patchy. He's like, and apparently he says the reason they're not cool anymore is because when you go to a bar, and I guess he's living up north. He goes, when you go to a bar, 60, and it was weird numbers, like 67% of the men all have beards.
Okay.
And I was like, 67% is kind of exact. You know, like
maybe he was at a bar, actually counted 100 dudes, 67 of them had beards.
67 of them had beards, you think?
Maybe.
You know? Well, and he's like, because of that, because more than 50% of the men in there have beards, it's no longer cool. Because here's the thing. I thought that meant it was really cool because so many people had them.
No, because being cool is differentiating yourself from others.
Is
like
it?
That's what coolness is. Well, I mean, that's like the popular conception of what coolness is differentiating yourself from others. So, if everyone's playing Xbox, it's cool to play PlayStation, right? And if everyone's playing Xbox or PlayStation, whip out your Wii, man, and start playing that. Because that's
no one does that.
No,
I have a Wii U right now, and you know what it does? It holds my Xbox One controllers.
Oh, okay. It keeps them up.
That's what it does.
That's what my Wii does right now. It holds up my Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
Set them right on top of there. But no, I get what the guy's saying. If there's a bunch of stuff that's happening, then it's just mainstream, right? Mm-hmm. So, what is the coolest soda to drink? It's not Coke, because everybody drinks Coke. Coke is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. Right, the coolest soda to drink is like get you some cheer wine or something like that. Something that's a little weirder. Get you some Faygo, like all them Juggalos, and drink that.
What's a Juggalo?
You don't know what a Juggalo is?
What's a Faygo?
A Faygo's like Midwest soda. It's like fruit flavored sodas. That kind of thing.
Like grape soda?
Yeah, like grape soda or orange or red.
I like grape soda. I wish I had like a water fountain that just gave grape soda. Yeah. I think that would be good.
But you don't know about like Violent J? He's the Insane Clown Posse guy? Those guys
know about the
they were juggalos.
And they just drink. I thought they drank a little bit harder stuff than Faygo.
No, just Faygo.
Really?
That's it, yeah.
And
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I know they enjoy Faygo.
And cocaine.
Well, cocaine's not a drink, as far as I understand.
That goes without saying.
Do you want cocaine? Whatever. Cocaine, Faygo. Your drug.
Is it the same thing?
Well,
same thing?
I mean, one drug's definitely more effective than the other. Like, cocaine's more effective than...
Didn't Coca-Cola once have cocaine in it?
I've always heard that, but I don't know if it's true or not.
I saw an episode, and you know, everybody's going to hate me because I saw this, but I don't know why. But one night I was on Comedy Central when I had cable, and I saw an episode about drunken history. It was called Drunken History,
yeah.
Where people get drunk and they tell you a historical story. And it's actually very funny. It's a very clever little show.
Not terribly accurate.
No, horribly accurate. But I remember one of those was Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. And I was all like, man, if this is true, this is ridiculous and crazy. Let's put some cocaine in this, you know? Because honestly, back in the day, it would have been a great idea. I mean, to sell soda, yeah.
Before the FDA, people would put cocaine and heroin and all sorts of different stuff like that into all sorts of different drinks.
Really?
And they would do it, like, haven't you ever seen, like, the snake oil salesman, the guy, like, the joke
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it was.
That's not actual snake oil?
No, it's not snake oil. It's alcohol and cocaine or heroin all mixed in to make an elixir. And the guy stands up there and he says, "You, sir, come on up here. Drink this elixir. You drink it every day and you'll feel better." And they're like, they drink it. They're like, "Oh, wow, I do feel good." And it's like, yeah, you're drinking 180 proof fire water mixed with cocaine and a little red food coloring and sugar. It's like, yeah, you're going to feel better. You're high. You're stoned out of your mind.
You were so stoned and so high.
Yeah. But I guess, the government decided that probably wasn't a good thing, and then the FDA comes out and starts, regulating all these different drugs and whatnot, and I guess Coke isn't as good anymore. Is that what you're telling us?
Can I say that sometimes the government makes a wise decision? Because I kind of think that was a good decision. Come on. Cocaine in your Coca-Cola.
No.
I mean, seriously, my kids, every once in a while, get a hold of a Coke. And what if
it'll make you better?
Man, they'd be bouncing off. I don't know if it makes you better. It makes you an addict. That's what it makes you. It makes you a drug addict, Martin.
Everybody up here is addicted to Diet Coke anyway. At least all the ladies. They all drink Diet Coke. It's like crack up here. It's an epidemic. Diet Coke everywhere.
Why?
It's terrible.
It's not.
It's terrible.
It's disgusting.
I haven't drank a soda. I didn't drink a soda in all of 2016.
You're having one right now? 2017 is going to be drink nothing but soda?
2017, no more water, just soda.
We'll see how it does in my body.
I have a cup of water right here. It's pretty good.
Okay. I have water too.
Well, Leia stopped drinking it like 2 or 3 years ago. So she's gone a while without drinking any soda. And I was like, I should probably do that. And I did that. And I haven't gained any weight when I cut that out. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I was drinking a little too much soda. So
there's a lot of calories in soda.
That's what motivated me more than anything. Because you look on the side of that bottle and it says 240. And you're like, 240.
Okay.
It's too many calories. Too much.
I never get those big bottles. You know what I'll do? I'll get those little itty bitty cans.
Yeah. Like 8 ounces.
Those itty bitty cans, and you just have like a little glass of it, But then I gotta drink like 14 of those just to get a fix. I'm just kidding.
There's not nearly enough cocaine.
There's not nearly enough cocaine in this 8 ounces, It's like the smaller than 8 ounces. It's like I don't know, it's like those itty bitty ones. Like they're like that big.
Yeah, those baby cans. I've seen them around.
Yeah,
that's what I try. That's what I try and get for my kids because we don't give our kids very much soda, and when we do, it's always. I try to get baby cans, pour them half of a red Solo cup or something like that.
Yeah.
So because right.
Yeah. Back to our original topic. Apparently, some millennials said beards are no longer cool, and that you and I, Martin, are no longer cool because of it.
Well, in the eyes of a millennial, I doubt either of us would ever have been considered cool, because we are Gen Xers, and because we're both Gen Xers, we're not going to be cool to a millennial. Why would we even try? And frankly, I don't really care what a millennial thinks about me, because I'm a Gen Xer, and I don't care. As a Gen Xer, I don't care what millennials think. That's just who I am.
Can we just say that millennials don't think much? Like, I just kind of feel that. I mean, should we really take his opinion on this? Should we really take a 24-year-old's opinion on this?
Like I said, man, I'm biased. I can't listen to any millennial and care at all about what they're saying, because it all just sounds like blah, 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 stupid nonsense, blah, 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 whining and complaining, blah, 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 Bernie Sanders.
Blah, blah, blah. Look at my skinny jeans, blah, blah, blah. Is that right? Is that right?
I don't know if it's always skinny jeans, but I can't even...
Blah, blah, blah. I'm a fat guy wearing skinny jeans, blah, blah. That's what I see, right?
I see it on Facebook a lot. Like, you ever scroll through Facebook and just think to yourself, I'm too old for all of this. I'm too old. Yeah, I shouldn't even be looking at this because
that's why I don't do it. That's why. You know what I'll do? I'll scan like one or two like little scrolls, 1, 2, and then I just go, this crap, and I turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Usually I'll see like one thing in the first scroll that's somewhat important or clever, and I'll be like, I'm gonna like that. And then I'll scroll like one more, and I'll see something totally stupid, and I'll just go, man, forget this. It's worth just lost 30 seconds of my life. This is stupid. So
okay, so I finally watched the first episode of Black Mirror.
Oh yeah. Oh, why would you do that? I warned you.
Thing? Did you see it? The Facebooky thing? Where they're all rating each other? Like, constantly rating each other, and this girl rates somebody? No? You didn't see that one? It's the first one that came up. Well, maybe not, but it's the first one that came up when I started the thing.
Okay, yeah.
And it was...
Listen, you need to go to season 1.
Season 1? Like the Brit stuff. Not the... Not the Netflix American stuff. The Brit stuff.
Let's go to season 1 and watch the first episode of that, and then talk to me, okay?
Okay, because not till then?
Barton, oh gosh, I just can't even, like, you bring that back up, I'm having flashbacks. Like, seriously, my wife and I were so disturbed by that.
Was it the one where the guy gets the video game thing in the back of his head? Because I watched that one too.
Nope.
And he plays whack-a-mole?
Mm-mm.
And then all of his nightmares are relived.
No. That
one was pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. I'm seriously, go back, season 1, episode 1. I'll have to look it up at what it is. You're gonna have to watch that. Like,
okay,
let me just clarify this to all of our listeners: do not watch Black Mirror.
Don't do it.
I mean, it's got great reviews and people rave about it. But my wife and I watched the very first episode, and I am totally and completely like, I will never watch that show ever again.
But
like,
you only
destroyed me.
You only watched like the first 30 seconds of American Horror Story season 1, which, in all fairness, is like an excellent season. It's probably my favorite season out of all of them.
Martin, that show's horrible too.
It's wonderful.
Let me just say, it's not like, okay, the first episode of season 1 of Black Mirror is not scary. It's just it's disturbing.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
All right.
Well, many levels.
I'm interested. I'm going to go back and watch it because I watched this episode here. And it was good.
I don't know why you would do such a thing. I warned you.
You warned me
not to do it.
This might be an episode. Yeah, this might be an episode of Black Mirror that we're living right now because you're like, I warned you, don't do it. And then what do? I go and do it anyway. And then all of a sudden you're left alone. You're like, it isn't funny, guys. And then terrible things happen.
That's true. That's probably what's going to happen. And you're going to regret it. And I'll be doing the show alone and everything. And I'm like, I warned him. Now it's the bearded preacher talking to himself for an hour. This sucks. Now I got to do all my own editing and everything. This really sucks. I didn't even get the password from Martin before he passed away from the Black Mirror show.
If I not send you the password, you need the password.
I do need the password. I think you need to send it to me in an email so that I can have it in a file. Yeah. I'll put you in a VIP, and that way I always have it. Okay.
There we go.
So
I'll do that because I don't Well, I'll have to play with it because I don't really remember what the password is. I just have this saved in my Google account.
Yes.
So I don't know it either.
Okay, so there are 3 seasons of freaking Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. Go back and watch. Oh, no. There's 3. Okay, there's 3 episodes in season 1. It's only 3 episodes in season 1. You need to go. Oh, where'd it go? You need to watch the National Anthem.
National Anthem. I'll go.
Prime Minister Michael Callow faces a shocking dilemma.
I've heard about this.
When
Yes,
Princess
I've heard about
Susanna,
this.
a much-loved member of the royal family, is kidnapped.
Yeah. I know where that goes.
You don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I know where it goes.
But it's the. Oh my gosh! I just.
Squeal, piggy, piggy.
Okay. All right. So Martin's going to go back and watch that. You know what? While we're on the topic, let's go ahead. While we're here, let's go ahead and give some suggestions for Netflix and everything. Okay.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury is an obvious one. Okay, but I mean, I think we've already said that. Ready for this? I know this is going to sound weird. Okay. But my kids started watching this on Christmas break, and I started watching it with them. Yeah. Fantastic. It's called Troll Hunters. It's a cartoon.
The cartoon?
It is fantastic, Martin. I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. And then apparently it's the Chekhov in Star Trek. The new Star Trek.
Yeah.
And he died though.
Yeah, he's dead.
Really, in real life, he's dead. But this was one of his last projects. Yeah, he was hit by his own car. Yeah, this was one of his last projects, and I think they're going to do a second season, but they got to recast him. He was the main character.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic, Martin. I loved it.
All right, well, I'll plug the kids into it. We'll check that out. I got a recommendation for you for Netflix, too.
Okay. Troll
Hunter.
No, I've seen that. That's a horrible show.
It's wonderful.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Troll Hunters. Okay, it's by who's Guillermo del Toro. That dude. All right, he's
yeah, that guy's solid.
He's the one behind that. That guy's a solid guy. He's really good. Okay, so everybody
Pan's
go watch
Labyrinth,
that. Don't
like a champ.
Yes. Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Don't watch Troll Hunter.
Definitely watch Troll.
No, watch DreamWorks Troll Hunters. It's by DreamWorks, so it's really good. Okay.
Why didn't you like Troll Hunter? Troll Hunter was beautiful. He's hunting giant trolls.
Because it was stupid, Martin.
It wasn't stupid. It was wonderful. No. Trolls are real.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of them, and they're in Scandinavia, so we don't know about them as Americans.
Oh, okay.
Well, so they're the real deal. He goes out there.
That makes sense.
They control him a little bit. It was a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
And the trolls were spectacular. Like, the special effects were really impressive, considering it's a movie about trolls. Very impressive. Wonderful.
Nope. So, okay, my other suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to sound really weird, but me and the whole family binge watched it. Okay. Because, like, I'm a fan of Arrow. I'm a fan of The Flash and all the DC shows. They have like really good, and Gotham. I'm a fan of all that. I watch all those shows.
Down with Supergirl?
It's really good. I was like,
is that your recommendation, Supergirl?
I like Supergirl is a really good show. Okay, they're in season 2 right now. We binge watched season 1. My kids loved it. They were like, "This is great." Me and Toby and Jonas were like cuddled up on the couch while I was sick, binge watching Supergirl. It was great. We really liked it.
Do you think if you go back and watch it while you're well, that you'll have a different experience of it?
I might. So,
all right.
I'm going to see what else I'm going to be watching here soon. Now that you got me on this.
I'll make another recommendation.
Okay, good. What's your recommendation?
Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
I watched a little bit of that.
I never watched it when it was on TV. I had no interest in it. I was like, okay, it's the Saturday Night Live lady, whatever.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I always figured 30 Rock was better because I always thought Tina Fey was funnier than Amy Poehler, right? So, plus it's got Alec Baldwin in it, so that should be solid.
He's the best.
I watched it like a year ago. I sat down and started watching it, and I watched the first couple of episodes, and I'm like, I don't understand why everybody thinks this is funny. It's like I don't get it. This isn't any good. But then once it got into like the second half of the first season, it started getting really funny. And then once they really fleshed out Ron Swanson, all over. Ron Swanson is the man. Okay. It's very good. Okay. So I like Parks and Rec quite a bit.
Okay, cool.
Of course, I think that's like a standard recommendation, though. I think everybody likes Parks and Rec.
Can I make a suggestion on something not to watch other than Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody steer clear of the show called iZombie. For the simple fact that it starts with a lowercase I and says iZombie. And lowercase I.
Did you watch it? You watched it, didn't you?
I saw like perhaps maybe 3 minutes of it, and I thought, crap, turned it off.
Do you know why I think you hate iZombie?
Because it has an I in front of it.
No,
that's exactly why I hate it.
That's a millennial show. That's a show for millennials, so you're not going to like it. You're going to look at it and be like, all this stuff is stupid. Why don't these guys get a job? Why don't they go to work?
You know what? I say that about a lot of shows that I like. A lot of shows are geared towards millennials, and I'm all like, wait a second. How do you afford all of this without a job? I'm like, you need to go. I mean, seriously. Who's paying your bills? Who's paying for your food? Who's like, where's this all coming from? Where are you getting these new clothes from? Like you have a new outfit on every 5 minutes. Like, who's paying for that? You freaking bum. You just bumming that off your mom again? You're gonna eat pizza in her basement while you're playing video games?
That's something I never thought of. But if you watch a TV show, none of the people ever wear the same clothes. They always wear different clothes.
It's always different. Yeah. Unless they're wearing a uniform of some sort.
Yeah, uniform. You're going to wear the same uniform. But if you're... Yeah. That's really weird. Because I wear, like...
Yeah. In
the same clothes
shows,
all the time. Because these are the clothes that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to see me in the same shirt eventually. In the same pair of jeans eventually. You're going to be like, I've seen those jeans. I've seen him wear those jeans many times. Because I have like 4 pairs of jeans and I recycle.
Yeah. I own 3 pairs of jeans. I cycled through them. Now, I do have a lot of khakis, but only, like, I got 2 pair of gray ones that I wear and 2 pair of, like, actual khaki pants that I wear.
I got, like, 4 pairs of, like,
that's it.
I got 4 pairs of, like, different kinds of shorts, like, regular, like I got a pair of khaki shorts, and I got a pair of dark, kind of dress shorts, then I got a pair of camo shorts, I got a lot of those. But, yeah, man, like, I never see the same outfit, unless it's a uniform, so...
Yeah, that's weird.
So that's the 2 Bearded Preacher suggestions for you on Netflix.
Yeah,
so.
Troll Hunters.
No, Troll Hunters. No, yeah.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Just to clarify this, I'm not suggesting the first one. I'm suggesting the multiple one, the S.
Yeah, not
DreamWorks Troll Hunters.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And watch it with your kids. Rule number 3, Martin. Rule number 3. By next week, you need to tell me what rule number 3 is.
Watch it with your kids?
Yeah, no. Your kids will know what rule number 3 is, and you'll know what rule number 3 is. There's a rule in the show within the first episode.
Troll Hunters.
Yeah. Rule number 3.
Watch it with your kids. I'm pretty sure there's a set of rules in Troll Hunter that is also there, but I'm not sure what they are. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's called "Don't Ever Watch This Movie."
I mean, if you want to know how to stop a troll, you might want to.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. You might want to.
The methodology works. It's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Intermission. Yeah, Intermission.
It sort of made the rounds about a month ago, and then came out again most recently with a Washington Post article about the study done up in Canada about the churches that are growing in Canada. Have you read this one yet?
No.
No? Okay.
Wait a second. They had churches in Canada?
Yeah, that's what I said at first, too. I was
Thank you. Oh,
churches in Canada. I was like, no.
That's how I know we're best friends, because we think exactly the same thing about Canadians. We have the exact same prejudice against Canadians.
That's right. Canada is absolutely godless. No, there was this guy did a study of churches in Canada, and essentially, if your church, if you have a church in Canada and it's growing,
yeah,
then it is a theologically conservative church, meaning that they are more apt to believe in literal miracles. They're going to have they're going to believe in things like the Bible is written by the folks who say they wrote it. They're going to think that you should do the things that the Bible says. They're going to believe in sort of the hermeneutical background that you and I were educated in at. Yeah. Do we call it Florida Christian College, or do we call it Johnson University, Florida? Which one do we call it?
We have to call it Johnson University, Florida.
Even though when we went there, it was Florida Christian College?
You know how I know you have to?
How? I don't know the rules.
How I know? It's because when I was a part of the Florida Christian College Facebook page. Yeah. Guess what? It's now Johnson University, Florida.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be a part of
They switched it on you, which means that's where you came from. If it's on Facebook, that's how you know it's true.
That's how you know what to do? Okay.
Yeah, well, that, and apparently you can get your degree, if you got a degree from Florida Christian College, you can get a copy Johnson University sent to you, I guess. I don't know if that's true, but I heard it through the grapevine.
So if I want mine to say Johnson University, I just got to call them up and give them like $100 or something like that?
Yeah, and like email them or something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some cash involved.
I'm sure. I mean, they're not going to give it to you for free.
Well, like, I mean, they got
come on.
It's this thing about higher learning where, you know, they can't.
Nothing's for free.
They got it. Yeah, nothing's for free.
I mean, come on. We're not millennials.
Man, that joke almost killed Justin. Listen to
that was a good one. Was that a good one? Dude, you set me up perfectly for that. Like, what are we? Come on, what? Bernie Sanders get elected? Look at that.
Anyway, this guy did this study up in Canada, and essentially, all the churches, or the vast majority of churches that are growing in Canada, are theologically conservative.
Okay.
And the churches that are in decline are theologically liberal. Do you think that those same kind of principles are applicable down here in the United States? I mean, Canada is a different place. It ain't exactly the same. Canada is like a mission field.
Yeah, there's not that many churches in Canada.
No, there aren't.
I don't think like when you said churches in Canada that are growing, it was a joke, but there aren't really that many churches in Canada.
No, they're not. And Canada is far more secularized than the United States, and I don't think a lot of people realize that.
And so I would actually be surprised to learn how big like churches were, like these growing churches were. You know, I'd like to know what like the sizes they were. You know, because I don't even think they would be that big either. But I think okay, well, who knows? Maybe they are. Maybe they are, because here's the thing: if there's less churches in like a condensed area, let's say like your town, okay? If you have, say, 14 churches in your little town,
my church would be huge. My church would be huge.
No, you wouldn't. It wouldn't be. You would all have you would have 14 small. Maybe one church might be big, but it would be like split up so much.
Wait,
but
what do you mean by big?
Huh?
What do you mean by big?
I mean, you would have more people. Like, you would probably have one church where most people are attending.
Yeah.
But then all the other churches, all 13 other churches, would probably be predominantly small churches. Now, I don't know how many churches you have in your county.
In our county? Oh, dude, tons. There's so many there's so many churches, but they're all, the vast majority of them are under 100 members, right? So,
which I think it's the whole saturation effect is what it comes down to. I think.
Oh yeah.
And so like you have Canada, and there's not as many churches up there. I think you're going to have probably bigger churches, and I think you're more apt to grow if there are less churches around. Yeah. Now, chances are, what's going to happen? Well, there's going to be some Americans that go, "Oh, I got this idea. Let's go ahead and plant a church up in Canada," and there's going to be like 2 million churches in Canada within the next 5 years. And they're all going to be about 50 to 75 people, Hey, man. And so
I'm all right with it. Go plant them. And now I'm not going to go plant them in Canada because.
You know why I'm not going to plant them in Canada?
Because they're in Canada?
Yeah, exactly.
No. I don't want to have to learn French. I guess that's only in Quebec. But.
Parlez-vous français? Français? Baguette.
I guess we also don't like the French. We don't like Canadians and
Croissant.
We don't like the French. So,
croissant? Baguette?
I do like Canadian, or not Canadian, well, some Canadian food. I do like French food. Like
I do like
a baguette and a croissant. I'm like, yeah. That's
French fries?
That's right. Let's eat it.
I enjoy French fries. And I do enjoy a baguette. Baguettes are delicious.
That's another thing that you see on TV all the time. Everyone wears a different outfit every single day, and everyone, whenever they go shopping, has a baguette sticking out of the bag. Like, when's the last time you bought a baguette?
A couple weeks ago.
Really?
Actually, yeah, we had a baguette just a couple weeks ago, I think. You don't get baguettes? They're delicious, Martin.
No, well, I know, but I don't. We're not fancy enough up here for baguettes.
I'm getting a baguette this week. That's it.
That does it. I'm gonna drive.
That's it. I'm getting a baguette.
I'm gonna drive out of town just to get me a baguette. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Just to knock
before
this
next
out.
week. Before next week, we both have baguettes. We do something with a baguette, okay?
Well, how else are you gonna make a crostini unless you buy a baguette? Come on now. I mean, you gotta get a baguette to make a crostini.
What's a crostini?
It's like fancy toast. Don't you watch Chopped?
Oh yeah, I know what fancy toast is. When you you put like a little bit of oil on it and some like seasoning. Oh, yeah. It's bruschetta. Bruschetta. That's what it's called. Fancy toast. Yeah,
fancy toast.
Fancy
That's
toast.
what we call it. Fancy toast.
We call it. It's actually called bruschetta. I'm pretty sure it's called bruschetta. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, but that's okay because I live in St. Cloud. We pronounce everything wrong around here.
Do you know what we can add to the list of recommendations?
And we can't spell either, so it's all right.
Yeah, there is that. We can add to the recommendations on Netflix, Chopped and Cutthroat Kitchen. So you can learn how to cook and watch.
I don't ever watch cooking shows. I don't watch cooking shows.
You don't like Alton Brown? Alton Brown's really funny.
I don't cook. I don't watch cooking shows. You know why? It pisses me off. I get so hungry. Like right now, just talking about these cooking shows.
You're just talking about.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat something.
I need a crostini now.
I'm gonna go eat something after we're done.
I'm gonna go get that bruschetta or whatever.
I'm gonna go get a baguette right now. I'm gonna go find a baguette somewhere. I'm gonna be in Walmart going, "Oh yeah, we got us any baguettes in here, baguette?" And you're like, "What is wrong with you, sir? Have you been drinking?" Maybe.
No.
So
no.
No, sir.
No, sir. St. Cloud is a dry city. Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that, right? Yeah.
Everybody
it's a dry city.
They don't do nothing.
If you believe that, if you all believe that, then I got a bridge to sell you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know you sold bridges.
Nice little,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do. I'm a bridge salesman. Yeah.
You know, bridge sales, it's kind of hit and miss. You're not getting that steady paycheck on the bridge sales.
But when you sell one of those bridges, I'll tell you what.
When you get it, it's
payday. It's a payday. I mean, you're going out to the Outback that night. You're getting a blooming onion. I suggest just get the half order nowadays because that full order, you're just going to mess up your appetite big time.
Yeah. See, I've never. Whenever we go to the Outback, and it's been a while, I never get a blooming onion because it's just too much.
They have half blooming onions now.
Too much. Well, maybe I can get a half of one.
Yeah,
but not a whole.
Makes sense. It makes sense, doesn't it? Because if you get a whole one, you just keep eating it.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep eating, and then you know what I always do? If I get like the half Well, by always, I mean I did this once. I'll get the smaller steak. I'll get a smaller steak because I know I can handle it. You know,
get the fillet.
What I think, well, you know what I think though. Like back in the day, so before like I started, actually trying to, watch what I eat and stuff like that.
Yeah, before you thought about food.
Before I actually thought about what I put into my body, I would get the full blooming onion. Then I get like the 12-ounce steak. Yeah, with this, as much size as I can get, and then I eat like 3/4 of it, and I feel like I'm going to die with a heart attack because it's just way too much food. So now I know, like I'm older, I'm more mature, and I go, oh yeah, like I can have a half of this blooming onion, and then I'll be good, and then I'll have a smaller steak,
and then you'll enjoy all of the food.
I'll enjoy it, and I won't feel like I'm dying.
Leia and I, we celebrated Steaksgiving the other day. Do you ever celebrate Steaksgiving?
Steaksgiving? That sounds delicious.
Steaksgiving is the best. That's when you go and take your wife out and get a steak. That is Steaksgiving. I recommend celebrating Steaksgiving every month if you can get away with it. If you can handle that. Steaksgiving is a very important holiday. But anyway, Leia and I were celebrating Steaksgiving the other day. We go up to the Mill House or something like that, or Miller's House, or some kind of steakhouse up in Statesboro.
Ale House? Miller's Ale House?
No, it's not Ale House. I've never seen another one of these. But anyway, we go in there and we sit down, and we didn't eat lunch, and it's like 4 o'clock. The place is just opened. And we sit down, and...
Oh, you went at 4 o'clock? You know what that means?
Huh.
It means you're old.
Yeah. I realized that when I walked in, and Leia and I dropped the average age in there by 20 just by showing up.
You look around and it's like elderly folks and they're all digging through their like pockets and purses for coupons.
That's right. But you want to know what happens when you go in there at that time? Nobody else is there. You get service. You got that waiter to yourself pretty much.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sit wherever you want. And
your drink is pretty much full. Like you could be sipping on your drink and they're pouring it in while you're sipping it down. It's fantastic.
It makes it like endless. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we sit down and I'm thinking, all right, let me look on the list here and let me see what steak I'm going to get. Because, there's other stuff there. I don't care about the other stuff, though. I don't care about what chicken dish you have.
You never go to like a steak place. Yeah.
Yeah, forget that. Whatever. I don't need to see none of that. Just what kind of steak are we getting? Now, I prefer ribeye. I
might like to get a nice salmon. No,
salmon.
You're not getting a freaking salmon.
No.
Shut
if you're at the fish place, then get a salmon.
Then you get some. Yeah.
Get some mahi. I like mahi. But
when you're at the fish place, you're going to get mahi or you're going to get lobster or crab or shrimp. Come on, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I had scallops and shrimp.
So we sit down and we get ready to eat. We're looking at the things, and Leia's like, "Man, I don't know which one to get." And I said, "You need to get the fillet because you don't like a whole bunch of fat on your steak."
True.
And she's like, "That's right. I need to get the fillet." And I look at it. I like extra fat on my steak.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for a porterhouse or a ribeye. You know what I'm saying? And I see a ribeye, 16 ounces. And I'm like,
my gosh.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Let's go with it. And I got that thing.
How thick was it?
Dude, that thing was a beast. That thing was 1.5 inches thick. It was delicious. But it was just too much. And now I ate the whole thing. Because I'm going to eat the whole thing. And I ate my whole potato, too. But when I was done...
half of your wife's fillet, too, right?
No. See,
I'll do that.
She did the right thing.
Like, hey, get the bigger one, man. Just get the bigger one, because I'm going to eat it later on.
She got the little one. And because she's smarter than me. She got the little one and was perfectly pleasant the entire time. I got this big fat ribeye. And when we're leaving, I'm like... I feel like I'm going to die.
Yep.
Get those meat sweats.
Yeah, the meat sweats.
I got meat sweats going on. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I need to smarten up and take after you a little bit on this one. Take after my wife. And
you do need to.
Get the higher quality meat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pay the same price. And I've even done that before where I paid more for it for a smaller amount. Mm-hmm. But it was just better.
Yep.
Get that porterhouse. Get that ribeye.
Yep.
Yeah, but I always like when I grill. I always get the ribeye. Always.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that fattiness. So good.
I had 2 times in the last 2 weeks. So I had it on Christmas Day, and then I had it again on New Year's Day. You know what I had?
Huh.
Prime rib.
Oh, I love prime rib. Prime rib's great. I was mad because we were up there and it was Monday, and guess what day is prime rib day? Tuesday.
Oh.
I was like, oh, no prime rib.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it was just so good. Like, both my dad Jim made it, and then my father-in-law made it. Oh, they did. They both cooked them differently. One was a little bit bigger, but like my father-in-law, you know how you cook a prime rib? Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Like you basically like my father-in-law, the way he cooked it. Yeah, he packs it with salt, basically, and I think salt and garlic, and he had some salt and garlic and a little bit of butter or something like that. He packs it. Puts the meat thermometer in there, shoves that sucker in the middle. He puts it in there for an hour at 500 degrees. Then, for 1 hour, then he turns off the oven and lets it sit for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it just keeps cooking.
Yeah.
And eventually it gets there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it is so tender and so good. But he cooked it at 500 degrees for an hour.
That's crazy.
And it was delicious. And then my
I'm gonna
dad,
have to try that.
Jim, he cooked like a smaller one, but he cooked his at 350 for an hour. To let it sit turn it off, let it sit for 2.5 hours, and then turn it on for another 30 minutes at the end to finishing it. He did a great job too. It was delicious. I was just like, gosh. And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta like go make a prime rib. But do you realize how expensive that stuff is?
There's a reason you were eating this at Christmas. It's like a special occasion kind of thing.
It is so expensive, Martin. I was shocked. Yeah, you're dropping quite a bit of money on this stuff. Here, this fat guy's like, oh my, I'll have some more, and I'm like, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
They're like, you just ate like $40 worth of meat.
That's $40 worth of meat right there, pal. Like, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Like I went all out at Christmas.
And you're just inhaling this stuff.
I was. So good. So good. So
terrible. Or delicious. I'm not sure. Delicious.
All the time. Yeah.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to go back. Now I'm gonna have to go back to the store and get me a baguette and a daggone prime rib.
I know, right? It's gonna, you're gonna like drop $100 doing that.
Well,
I mean, the baguette will be like 99 cents.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just get 2 baguettes.
Yeah, just get 2 baguettes. Yeah,
I could do the prime rib, but I just don't feel right letting my kids eat it because I know they're not appreciating it.
Probably not.
That's a dad fail right there.
But like, it's like, yeah. Well, ours ate it, so
yeah.
But like, they had just like we cut it up for them. We didn't get like we're like cherish what you have here.
Yeah.
But then they're like, "Can I have more steak?" We're like, "No,
you can't have any more.
Like,
you're not good enough."
I'm all like, "No," and Faye's like, "They can have more." I was like, "Whatever."
The more they eat, the fewer leftovers you get.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like
or
one piece left over,
or thirds.
There was one piece left over. Okay,
and
you want to hear some? Oh, you want to hear something bad? There was one piece on
yes,
Christmas Day. There was one.
That's
one piece left over, and I was sick the next day, and everybody else was out.
Oh,
everybody else is gone. I ate it.
You ate it anyway. You couldn't even taste it, but you're eating it anyway.
I couldn't taste it. My sinuses are all stuffed up, so I can't taste nothing and everything. I'm like, I got like a throbbing headache and everything. I'm like, all right. I'm gonna eat this just because I can.
Yeah,
couldn't taste it, but it was delicious. I know it was delicious, even though I couldn't taste it. Do you remember the curse that I had?
Yeah, seeing naked dudes.
Yes, you remember.
It was
the curse,
God's way
right?
of telling you to stop working out, but you didn't get the hint.
Okay,
naked dudes all over the place.
Yesterday was my first day back at the gym.
Oh,
We're talking old man gym. Like, this is elderly person central, Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I'm like the youngest person there.
Yes.
And I'm almost 40. And I put myself in the locker. I go work out. do my cardio. I come back in. I grab my stuff out of the locker. I turn around, and what do I see?
A naked man? Did you see a naked
man? A freaking naked man. The curse continues. I almost yelled. I was just like, come on.
What are you doing here? Why? Why are you naked?